Look at yourself right now. Go ahead. You're probably scrolling through your phone, worried about some deadline, anxious about money, angry at politicians, terrified of the future. You think this chaos is new? You think you're living through unprecedented times? Don't flatter yourself. Marcus Aurelius was dealing with the same garbage fire 1,900 years ago. Plagues, wars, corrupt senators, idiots in power, the whole catastrophe. Except he had one advantage over you. He wasn't surprised by any of it. See, while you're over here shocked that people are selfish, that systems are broken, that the world is unfair, Marcus was writing in his journal at night, probably exhausted from dealing with another day of imperial nonsense, saying essentially, "Yeah, what did you expect?" When you wake up in the morning, he wrote, "Tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." Not very optimistic for a motivational quote, is it? But here's the kicker. He wasn't depressed about it. He was free. You know what your problem is? You're still expecting the world to be something it's not. You're like a child at a magic show who's angry when you find out it's all tricks. Marcus knew the secret. The mess is the show. The chaos is the point. And once you get that, really get that in your bones, you stop being the victim of every little disappointment. The cucumber is bitter, throw it away, there are brambles in the path, go around them, that's all you need to know. Don't add, "And why do such things exist in the world?" But no, you want to know why. You demand explanations. You need someone to blame. You're refreshing your newsfeed right now, aren't you? Looking for fresh outrage, fresh evidence that everything's falling apart, as if you need more proof, as if the mess needs documenting. Meanwhile, Marcus is running an empire, the whole known world, during a literal plague, and he's writing notes to himself like, "Today, I escaped anxiety." Or no, I discarded it because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. You see what he did there? The world's on fire, people are dying, barbarians at the gates, and this madman is talking about his perceptions. That's because he figured out something you haven't. The mess outside has nothing to do with the mess inside. Nothing. Zero correlation. You think your anxiety is caused by the news, your depression by the state of the world, your anger by other people's stupidity? Marcus would laugh at you. Not cruelly, he'd laugh the way you laugh when a kid tells you monsters under the bed are keeping them awake. The Antonine Plague killed millions. Think COVID was bad? This thing lasted 15 years. 15 years. Whole cities empty. Trade routes collapsed. The economy in shambles. And Marcus is writing, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." Nature's delight! This lunatic is calling catastrophic loss nature's delight. Why? Because he's not playing your game. He's not standing there with his arms crossed, demanding the universe explain itself. He's not writing angry letters to the editor of reality. You're doing that right now, aren't you? In your head, you're composing arguments about how things should be different. How if only people were smarter, kinder, more rational. If only the system worked. If only. Marcus heard all that whining 2,000 years ago. You think ancient Romans didn't complain about their politicians? You think they didn't panic about the future? You think they didn't blame each other for everything going wrong? They had the exact same conversations you're having, just in togas instead of sweatpants. But Marcus saw through it. How much trouble he avoids, who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does. Imagine that. Just not caring about other people's nonsense, not in a sociopathic way, in a sane way. In a "I've got my own life to live" way. You can't do it though, can you? You're addicted to the outrage. You wake up and immediately check what fresh hell awaits. You marinate in other people's opinions, other people's fears, other people's anger. And then you wonder why you're exhausted by noon. The Emperor of Rome, a guy with actual problems, actual responsibilities, actual power, is telling you to mind your own business. But you think you need to have an opinion about everything. You think your take on every crisis matters. You think posting your outrage is somehow helping. It's not helping. It's masturbation. Mental masturbation. You're sitting there playing with yourself while the world burns, convincing yourself you're participating in something meaningful. Marcus would be embarrassed for you. Confine yourself to the present, he wrote. But you can't, can you? Your time, traveling constantly, regretting the past, fearing the future, anywhere but here. And here is the only place where you can actually do anything. Here is where your life is happening. But you're not here. You're in tomorrow's imagined catastrophes or yesterday's unforgivable mistakes. Meanwhile, the present moment, this one, right now, is slipping by unnoticed. You're so busy preparing for disasters that you're missing the fact that you're alive, right now. Reading this, breathing, existing. The miracle is happening and you're checking your notifications. Marcus lived through hell and still wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This from a guy whose adopted son tried to overthrow him, whose wife was rumored to be cheating on him, who spent years fighting brutal wars he didn't start and couldn't finish. What's your excuse? Your boss is mean? Your relationship is complicated? The economy is uncertain? Marcus would listen to your complaints politely, then remind you that you're going to die. Not to be morbid, to be practical. You're going to die. So what exactly are you waiting for? You're waiting for conditions to be perfect, for the world to make sense, for people to be reasonable, for systems to work properly, for leaders to be competent, for your anxiety to go away, for your confidence to arrive, for the mess to clean itself up. Good luck with that. Marcus waited too when he was young. Then he grew up. He realized the mess is permanent. It's not a bug in the system, it's the operating system. Chaos isn't an interruption of normal life. Chaos is normal life. Once you get that, really internalize it, you stop being surprised, you stop being disappointed, you stop wasting energy on shock and outrage. You see someone acting selfishly and think, right, humans do that. You see a system failing and think, yeah, systems do that. You see leaders lying and think, of course, that's what they do. This isn't cynicism. This is clarity. Marcus wasn't a cynic. Cynics are still disappointed idealists. Marcus was beyond disappointment because he was beyond surprise. He looked at human nature the way a farmer looks at weather. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it doesn't. Getting angry at clouds doesn't irrigate your crops. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. You read that on Instagram, attributed to Marcus, probably over a picture of a mountain. You liked it, you shared it, you forgot it immediately. Because you don't want obstacles to be the way. You want the way to be clear, straight, easy. But Marcus wasn't writing motivational posters. He was writing survival notes. The plague that killed his people, that was the way. The wars he didn't want to fight, that was the way. The betrayals, the losses, the endless stupid decisions by stupid people, all of it, the way. Your obstacles aren't that dramatic. Your obstacles are traffic jams and Wi-Fi outages and passive-aggressive emails, but you treat them like personal insults from the universe. Like the cosmos is specifically trying to ruin your day. Marcus would find that hilarious. The universe doesn't know you exist. It's not personal. It's physics. You're stuck in traffic right now, metaphorically or literally. And you're making it mean something. You're building a whole story around it. About fairness, about your luck, about how nothing ever goes right for you. Marcus would ask one question: is this within my control? The traffic, not in your control. Your reaction to the traffic, totally in your control. But you've abandoned that control. You've handed it over to external circumstances. You've made your peace of mind contingent on things you can't influence. That's not just stupid, it's insane. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus wrote that between meetings, probably. Between dealing with some corrupt senator and some incompetent general. He didn't have time for philosophy. He had an empire to run. But he made time to remind himself of what mattered. What matters to you. Based on how you spend your attention, it seems like what matters is whatever's trending, whatever's outrageous, whatever confirms your existing beliefs about how terrible everything is. You're curating evidence for your own misery. Marcus curated too, but he curated thoughts that made him stronger, clearer, more effective. Not positive thinking, useful thinking. The kind of thinking that lets you function when everything's falling apart, which, as we've established, it always is. The world is a mess. It was a mess when Marcus was alive. It was a mess before him. It'll be a mess after you're gone. The mess is not a temporary condition waiting to be fixed. The mess is the permanent state of things. And that's fine. That's workable. That's reality. But you're still fighting reality, still demanding it be different, still shocked that people are people and things are things. Marcus gave up that fight, not in defeat, in wisdom. He saw what was, accepted what was, and worked with what was. What we cannot bear removes us from life. What remains can be born. He wrote that after his best friend died, after multiple children died, after plagues and wars and betrayals, he wasn't minimizing pain. He was measuring it accurately. Can you bear this? Then bear it. Can't you? Then you won't have to for long. Dark? Maybe. True? Definitely. Useful? That's the only question Marcus cared about. Is this thought useful? Does it help me function? Does it make me more effective? If not, discard it like the bitter cucumber. You're carrying around so many useless thoughts. Thoughts about how things should be. Thoughts about what you deserve. Thoughts about other people's thoughts. Thoughts about thoughts about thoughts. Your head is a storage unit full of junk you'll never need. Marcus traveled light. Each thought earned its place. Each perception was examined. Each judgment was questioned. Not in some navel, gazing way, in a practical, I've got shit to do way. He couldn't afford the luxury of self-pity. He couldn't indulge in extended outrage. He had work to do. What's your work? Not your job, your work. What are you actually here to do? While you're busy being appalled by the state of the world, what's not getting done? While you're cataloging grievances, what opportunities are passing by? The mess isn't going anywhere. The idiots aren't getting smarter. The systems aren't becoming less corrupt. The leaders aren't becoming more competent. The world isn't becoming more fair. Now what? Now you do your work, whatever that is. However small, however insignificant it seems against the backdrop of chaos, you do your work like Marcus did his, without hope that it will fix everything, without despair that it won't. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work. As a human being, what do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? But you don't want to be a human being. You want to be a comfortable being, a understood being, a appreciated being, a living in a sensible world being. Marcus wanted that too, probably. Then he got over it. Getting over it isn't giving up. It's growing up. It's recognizing that your demands on reality are like a child's demands on gravity. Cute, but ultimately irrelevant. The universe isn't listening to your complaints. It's busy being the universe. So the question becomes, are you going to spend your brief existence filing complaints with a universe that doesn't have a customer service department? Or are you going to work with what is? Marcus chose work. Not because he was naturally suited for it. Read his journals. The man was tired. Not because he enjoyed it, he'd rather have been studying philosophy, but because that was what was in front of him. An empire, a plague, wars, idiots. The usual mess. Your mess is smaller but proportionally just as messy. Your idiots are less powerful but equally idiotic. Your problems are first world, but they're still your problems. And moaning about them changes exactly nothing. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Simple, brutal, true. The mess is going to keep being messy. Your thoughts about the mess are the only variable you control, but you've abandoned that control in favor of what? Righteousness? The satisfaction of being right about how wrong everything is? Congratulations. You're right. Everything is broken. People are awful. The system is rigged. The future is uncertain. The past was better, worse, / different. You win. Here's your trophy. Now what? Now you realize that being right about the mess doesn't exempt you from living in it. Diagnosing the disease doesn't cure it. Cataloging the chaos doesn't organize it. You still have to get up tomorrow. You still have to function. You still have to navigate this mess you're so good at describing. Marcus navigated by stripping away everything except what was essential. Not minimalism as aesthetic, minimalism as survival strategy. When everything is chaos, you can't afford to carry extra weight. Mental weight, emotional weight. The weight of expectations that will never be met. What are you carrying? Grudges from 5 years ago? Anxiety about things that might happen? Anger at people who don't know you exist? Disappointment in systems that were never designed to work? You're a pack mule loaded with everyone else's bullshit, wondering why the journey is so hard. Put it down, all of it. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Marcus wrote that while managing the stress of an empire, you can't manage the stress of a Tuesday. The difference isn't circumstances. The difference is clarity. Marcus saw clearly. He saw that the mess was not personal, not temporary, not fixable. He saw that his job was not to clean up the mess, but to function within it, to do his work despite it, to maintain his sanity inside it. Your sanity is available. Right now. It's not hiding in some future where everything makes sense. It's not dependent on other people getting their act together. It's sitting there, waiting for you to stop requiring conditions it can't provide. But you love your conditions, don't you? You love your if-onlys and your it shouldn't be this ways. They make you feel sophisticated, like you have standards, like you're not settling for less than you deserve. Marcus had standards too, for himself. Not for reality, that's pointless. Not for other people, that's futile. For himself, for his own thoughts, his own actions, his own responses. The only standards that matter because they're the only ones you can enforce. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? You've proved that 1,000 times. The slight was minor, your response made it major. The inconvenience was temporary. Your resentment made it permanent. The mistake was forgivable. Your grudge made it forever. You're manufacturing your own misery. The world provides the raw materials. You're doing all the production, taking small irritations and turning them into major devastations, taking brief encounters and turning them into lifelong stories, taking the inevitable mess and making it mean something about you, your worth, your life. It doesn't mean anything. The mess is just the mess. It's not a judgment on you. It's not a reflection of your value. It's not a sign of anything except that you live in a universe where entropy is a thing and humans are humans. Marcus knew this. That's why he could write, while everything burned. What brings no benefit to the hive brings none to the bee. He wasn't being poetic. He was being practical. your individual drama, your personal outrage, your special suffering. If it doesn't help the collective situation, it doesn't help you either. But you think your suffering is special. You think your problems are unique. You think your mess is messier than everyone else's mess. Marcus had that same ego, probably. Then he looked around at millions dying from plague and thought, right, perspective. Perspective. That's what's missing. Not hope. Hope is for suckers, not faith. Faith is for people who can't handle uncertainty. Perspective. The ability to see the mess in context, to zoom out far enough that your personal catastrophes become what they actually are. Tiny, temporary, and typical. Remember that very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. He already said that. He said it multiple times because he needed to hear it. The emperor of the known world needed to remind himself that happiness wasn't in Rome or in victory or in people finally acting right. It was in his head, like yours is in yours. But you don't want happiness in your head. You want it in your circumstances. You want external validation of your internal state. You want the world to give you permission to be okay. Marcus stopped waiting for permission. He just decided to be okay anyway. Anyway, despite the mess, because of the mess, in the middle of the mess. Not okay like everything's fine. Okay like I can function in this. Okay like I can do my work regardless. Okay like I don't need reality to be different than it is. The world is a mess. Marcus saw it coming because Marcus saw it clearly. He saw that humans are messy creatures trying to create order in a fundamentally chaotic universe. He saw that systems fail, people disappoint, and things fall apart. He saw it all and said, "All right then, let's get to work." Your work is waiting, whatever it is, however humble, however seemingly pointless against the scale of the mess. Your work doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your circumstances. It doesn't care about your perfectly valid reasons for not doing it. Neither did Marcus's work. The empire needed governing whether he felt like it or not. The wars needed fighting whether they made sense or not. The daily business of being human needed attending to whether the world was ending or not. The world is always ending. That's what worlds do. They end. Yours will too. Personal world, physical world, all of it, temporary. The mess is permanent, but you're not. You're a brief arrangement of atoms that somehow developed the capacity to be offended by other arrangements of atoms. Marcus found that funny. Not ha-ha funny, cosmically funny, the absurdity of taking it all so seriously when none of it lasts. The ridiculousness of demanding permanence in an impermanent universe. The joke of expecting sense from a senseless process. You're the punchline. We all are. And that's either devastating or liberating, depending on your perspective. Marcus chose liberating. He chose to see the joke, get the joke, be in on the joke. Not to laugh at others. To laugh at the whole beautiful, terrible, messy situation. The mess isn't a bug, it's a feature. It's not a problem to be solved. It's the context in which you practice being human. Marcus practiced daily, in his journal, in his decisions, in his responses to the endless parade of crises that make up an empire. Your practice is smaller, but no less important. Every traffic jam is a chance to practice. Every difficult person is an opportunity. Every system failure is a classroom. Every day, the mess provides fresh curriculum for learning how to be okay anyway. But you don't want to practice. You want to be naturally good at this. You want equanimity to come easily. You want wisdom without work. You want Marcus's clarity without Marcus's effort. You want the destination without the journey. The journey is the destination. The mess is the path. The obstacles are the way. Not because some mystical force decided it should be so, because that's how reality works. Fighting reality is like fighting gravity. You can do it, but you'll be tired and you'll lose. Marcus stopped fighting, not in resignation, in recognition. He recognized what was his to control and what wasn't. He recognized what was worth his energy and what wasn't. He recognized that the mess would outlast him, so he might as well make peace with it. Peace. Not the peace of everything being okay, the peace of being okay with everything not being okay, the peace of functioning in dysfunction, the peace of clarity in chaos, the peace that comes from finally stopping the war against what is. You're still at war, with yourself, with others, with circumstances, with reality. Marcus made peace. Not a treaty, an understanding. The mess is going to mess. People are going to people. Systems are going to fail. Leaders are going to disappoint. The world is going to be exactly what it is. And you're going to be exactly who you choose to be in response to it. That's all. That's everything. That's the only question that matters. Who are you going to be in this mess? Marcus chose to be Marcus, tired, dutiful, clear-eyed Marcus, who saw it all coming and showed up anyway. Who did his work without hope or despair? Who faced the mess without surprise or surrender? Who wrote reminders to himself because he knew he'd forget. You'll forget too. You'll finish reading this and go back to being shocked by predictable things. You'll return to your regularly scheduled outrage. You'll resume expecting the mess to clean itself up. That's okay. That's human. That's part of the mess. But maybe, just maybe, in some moment when the mess feels overwhelming, you'll remember Marcus. Not as a perfect sage, he wasn't. Not as an unfeeling stone, he felt plenty. But as a human being who looked at the mess clearly and decided to function anyway. The world is a mess. It always has been. It always will be. Marcus saw it coming because Marcus saw it for what it was, the stage on which we practice being human, the context in which we do our work, the reality in which we find our peace. Your peace is available. It's not in the future when things calm down. It's not in some imagined past when things made sense. It's here, in the mess, waiting for you to stop requiring conditions it can't meet. Stop requiring. Start functioning. The mess isn't going anywhere. But neither are you until you die. So what are you going to do with the time you have? Complain about the mess or work within it? Marcus chose work. Every day, despite everything, Marcus chose work. Not grand work, just the daily work of being human in a messy world. The work of maintaining sanity in insanity. The work of finding peace in chaos. Your work is calling. Answer it. The mess will still be there when you're done. But you'll be different. Not because the work will fix you, because doing the work is the fix. The mess isn't the problem. Waiting for the mess to end is the problem. Stop waiting. Start working. The world is a mess. So what? So nothing. So get on with it. Marcus did. You can. Not tomorrow when you feel ready. Now in the mess, because of the mess, despite the mess is the way.